Hello class. Today I'm making a stock. Now I've already done the main ingredients for the vegetables, like the celery, carrots, and onion. So I can just put those aside. But today I have to learn how to use these herbs. So first we have some bay leaf. I don't know how these taste. Parsley. Also don't know how these taste. And would you look at the time? That's a funny joke. This stuff is strong though. I don't know. And once I finish cutting these, I'm gonna put it in a makeshift sachet because I do not own one. So hope it goes good.
Now, first off, I'll be cutting the parsley. Not really sure how to, but as you can tell, I didn't take the leaves off of the stems, so I had to do that post-cut, which is not very professional. But next I do the thyme, and the bay leaf, and
Now, to makeshift a sachet.
now I use this makeshift cloth to fashion some sort of a tea bag of sorts. I first used scissors, but found using a knife is easier to make a string, and
So that's what we're going to use. And since we are pretty much done with just cutting things, I'm putting this away. So I'll snap back to when we go back to the stove over there and use a pot to stock this in. So hopefully editing goes right, and this clap matches with the clap that I do at the beginning when I'm over there. So, and that's a match cut. So now I'm at a pot now. I don't know how to use one of these things. It's not hot right now, but I will be turning it on to medium heat. I don't know if I should be. Oh shit. I almost burnt myself. Don't do that. I won't do that. I almost did though. So
as you can see, first off, I go over, try and choose an oil. First I thought I was going to use this avocado oil that I had, but didn't know what to do, so I sort of looked at it, just waited for it to heat up. Went upstairs to ask my mom whether or not I should use the avocado oil. She said no, and eventually told me to use just the regular vegetable oil that we have in a spray can. So we used that, put in the onions first to test it out, celery and carrots next, and then we just let them sweat, as the chef told us to do. So we sort of leave it to sweat a little bit, maybe flipping it every so often. As I'm doing that, I'm cleaning the kitchen in the background, if you could see through the reflection. I come back to do that, flipping and stuff. I get the water prepared, as the recipe calls for. We needed 5 quarts of water, which is about 4 point something liters, but you know, we live in America and we don't really use liters. So after I get my jugs of water, I start flipping and then putting it in. So I do it one at a time because I don't have a big enough bowl that can hold 5 quarts of water, so I just use jugs. And once I do that, I just let it sit there for a little bit and wait for it to simmer. And just playing the waiting game pretty much. Stirring every so often, of course.
this is going to take a while. I'm going to go and wait for this to heat up to a simmer, and then put this bag in. So, I'm gonna stop the recording right now. Probably change camera positions so then you can see it simmering a little better. So, I'm gonna do another match cut. So, match.
As you can see, I didn't do a match cut this time because I just wanted to film a little bit of me relaxing watching The Legend of Korra on Netflix, which is surprisingly more fun than I thought. Originally I thought it was going to be kind of boring, but it was fine. Back to the stove.
Oh, now I'm back to this. I think that's what you would call a simmer. I don't know. I'm not a chef. But I'm gonna dump this in. Probably fish it out with like a ladle or something like that, but I think that'll be fine. Just gonna push that in there. Yeah, I think that's fine. And now we wait again for this for about an hour, so that's enough to watch 2 episodes of Legend of Korra. So, another match. That was kind of bad. Hold on. Match.
So, as I'm sitting there watching The Legend of Korra, about 2 episodes of it, I'm on my phone looking at videos as I'm multitasking, just going back and forth to check on the stock, see how now it is. So, as I wait here, I'll check the stock.
This is pretty much done. So, turning off the heat now. And we're gonna strain this. Okay. Alright. Now that we have our stock, I have to put it in these jars. So first I'm gonna strain as much as I can out using this giant thing. Put it in a bowl.
Now, as I'm putting these veggies in, I'm wondering if I'm going to use them later, which probably not. I end up just throwing it away later on. I put all the stock into jars, and it took up about like 5 jars. I had 6 just in case it was going to fill up more, but it turned out to fill up a little less than I thought. So I just fill it up using a sieve to get the hard veggies out of the stock and just ladle them into a funnel going into the jar. Now these mason jars aren't meant for, I guess, freezers, so I just put these in the fridge once I finish waiting for these to cool down to room temperature. Now, this process took quite a while. I fast forward through most of it, but after that, it's pretty much done. I set it up, sort of plate it, as you'd say, and look at that. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. This was a interesting project to do, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it came out pretty well, about the same color that the chef had it at, and it's looking pretty good. Now, camera angles aside, I think we need to do, a bit of a taste test, I'd say. So, let's go back and get one of my soup spoons that I have in the drawer, and just scoop out a little bit of soup stock and taste it. Now, of course, this stock isn't going to taste very flavorful. I think the most flavor is going to be just the veggies and the herbs, which it makes up about a flavor that you'd consider a tea, probably. But this stock is supposed to be tasting rather bland because it's supposed to go with other things, like some protein, possibly. And for a chicken soup, this would definitely go pretty good. But after that, I just put this in the fridge, and it's pretty much done. So that's pretty much it for this class of cooking for culinary. So yeah, see ya.